I think Eben he's a thoughtful character. You know, he's the kind of guy that he needs an answer. And if he doesn't have one, he's going to make one. And that's a good person to have in a position where everybody could just throw their hands up and go, oh, well, we're screwed up. You know, we're screwed. We're just going to, curl up and die. He won't allow that to happen. I think this film will really show people that he's capable of all sorts of different things. I think he has a tender side. I think that he has an extremely dark side, and I think that they'll all marry into this film and be. Hopefully, this film will, showcase everything that he's capable of. I always thought he was the right guy for this role. When somebody asked me who we should cast for Marlowe, I said Danny Huston, because I saw The Proposition earlier this year and thought that he was just phenomenal in it. His presence in that movie is what we needed for Marlowe in this film, just to make it a radical enemy. Someone that you really need to reckon with. I've been pushed over in a car. I've been put on wires and kind of thrown by Danny Huston and spun around, kicked in the face, and flipped over a few times, and had my head smashed through, or my back smashed through a couple of windows, and my head smashed into car hoods and things like that. But it's all in good fun.
Stella is. I love her. I think she's great. I think she's a very strong woman. She's got this sass about her and this sense of humor that shines through. She's very kind of sarcastic. She's got a little wit, very sharp tongue. She's a fire marshal. She used to be a sheriff with Eben, and of course, throughout the course of their marriage, sort of falling apart, she just thought, you know what, I can't work with you anymore. What else are you going to do in Barrow if you're a sheriff? Why not become a fire marshal? Josh is amazing. He makes me laugh so much. He's very giving as an actor. He will always stay there for off camera, even if he doesn't even say anything. He's taught me so much during this movie. He's worked with some of the best actors in the world, and he's brought a lot of great habits to this film. He makes me feel very protected as a co-star, as his leading lady, and that's lovely to work with an actor like that. With David Slade, he's just got such a vision and so creative and so passionate about actors that I've enjoyed every minute of it. We all love to go and see a film where there's a love story. Everyone can relate to a relationship or love, and I think the fact that they're in a horrific environment is one thing, but I don't think it's a cheesy horror film at all. I think this is probably one of the most sophisticated films I've ever worked on. Visually, having shot already 4 months into the film, just seeing what I've seen back, it's unlike anything I've ever seen before.
It's really been a delight. I've thoroughly enjoyed it. I mean, I have a character who, not to use too obvious a pun, but one that I can really sort of sink my teeth into, and it's been a joy. Playing characters that are considered as evil are always fun because they're sort of larger than life characters. My first time working with Josh Hartnett, and he was a joy to work with. We have this fight at the end of the film, which was quite glorious, and we shot it over 3 or 4 nights. We had various harnesses and a few little tricks up our sleeve, but basically it's a pretty realistic, brutal fight. And it was fun doing that. What's been a lot of fun, dialogue-wise, is coming up with this new language, and speaking it as if I understand what I'm saying. But that's really been it required a certain amount of preparation, and it's been a lot of fun. Getting that right, and if anybody is so disposed, they can study the language, and it will make sense, and it'll track, and it's real.
David's very specific about creating his own icons, and the source material of 30 Days of Night was so strong, and the art so specific and potent that it was really finding a way to humanize these vampires.
Visita mi canal.
Very subtle special effects rather than gore for gore's sake. Vampires and the stories surrounding them have crossed so many different cultures for thousands of years. There is something deep in our blood that responds to immortality and living off the source fluid. It's just deep in there. And eliminating morals or ethics, it becomes this primitive need and consumption. And I think deep down inside all of us, we have those animal tendencies that we cover up within the structured world that we live in. So although they're the bad guys, there's something very appealing and free about these creatures.
The film has a heart within it, you know, beating, and outside of that is a horror film. It's like a love story with a horror film around it. And while it's a disparate and realistic love story, it is one nonetheless. And I think it's something that will take you emotionally through the film, give you hope when there is none, because it's a pretty grim journey, and break your heart, I hope, at the end. What I'm thankful for with Josh Hartnett's take on this character is he didn't want to play, while he is by default a heroic lead, he is playing a fragmented hero, you know, which I think is always more interesting, a more human character, a more person with flaws, a person who loses his temper, a person who is like you and me, and not just an invincible strongman who goes around cutting vampires' heads off. He is not a superhero. He is a down-to-earth man who's really been through the dumps, and I think I'm thankful for that, because again it ends at the level of realism and emotion that otherwise would not be there. Tremendous presence and acting ability, which can never be understated, and his dedication to a character too. You know, some people come in and they act. Some people come in and they do what they know they can do. Some people come in and do what you ask them to do. Some people just take it on as a project, and this is something very much that Danny Huston did. He was very involved in the creation of the language. He was very involved in shaping that language. We really spent a lot of time talking about his scenes and going over his scenes and figuring out, you know, what Marlowe really, where he came from to actually get to this point.
Who do you think's gonna go first? The woman thinks that God will help her. The kid, sheriff's kid. Or the old guy. I put the key in the thing, like that. Yes, you. Like that. Okay.
Just like that, and then I go bam, and then he keeps going, and it's right there. So I guess maybe just pretty much right there.
Yep.
So that cool?
Yeah, that's good. Now that's just holding his elbow.
Yeah, it's just holding my elbows. Okay.
Yeah.
Can I look at the first position?
Yeah.
Because we want a good stop. And then some drama that goes on inside. Next thing is he's pulling away, then he jumps on. So
this one will just be kind of riding along, and then
they jump on, which we should.
We good, guys? Yeah.
And just like, what do I do with my, what do I do with my gun?
Here we go.
And the crowd.
Here we go. And 3, 2, 1, go! Cutting.
Tail slack.
You're on the right.
Mark up.
No wheel. And camera. And action! Hey!
Good. That was.
Here we go. And camera. And action!
Last one.
Cutting.
It's hard to run with these badges. They weigh a lot. Wait, you can't just rush out there. Sounds in the state and then turn around.
You can do that. You can do that towards this way. Yes.
Yeah,
sure, you can.
just half of it and then, yeah.
You can do that. Yes. That's fine. One more time for me.
Y tus trailers, visita mi canal.